History is full of extraordinary figures, but few have left a legacy as profound as Salahuddin Ayyubi. Known in the West as Saladin, he was not just a conqueror, but a man of honor, faith, and unmatched bravery. Today we'll uncover the story of this remarkable leader who united the Muslim world, reclaimed Jerusalem, and set an example of leadership that inspires millions to this day. Salahuddin once said, "I warn you against shedding blood, indulging in it, and making a habit of it, for blood never sleeps." These words reflect the character of a man who wielded the sword only for justice and never for personal gain. Salahuddin was born in 1137 CE in Tikrit, a small town in Iraq. From a young age, he was nurtured in an environment of strong Islamic values. His father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, and his uncle, Asad ad-Din Shirkuh, were instrumental in shaping his character. He learned the Quran, military tactics, and governance, but more importantly, he learned the essence of justice and compassion. Salahuddin was not destined to rule, he was destined to serve. As a young man, he served under Nur ad-Din, the ruler of Damascus, and quickly rose through the ranks due to his intelligence, humility, and courage. Salahuddin's first major opportunity came in Egypt, where he accompanied his uncle Shirkuh to support the Fatimid Caliphate. After Shirkuh's death, Salahuddin was appointed Vizier of Egypt. Despite this high position, he remained a humble servant of his people. His belief in Allah guided his every decision, and he worked tirelessly to bring Egypt under Sunni Islam, uniting it with the rest of the Muslim world. He was a visionary who understood that unity was the only way to face the looming threat of the Crusaders. As the Arabic proverb goes, a single arrow is easily broken, but not 10 in a bundle. Salahuddin embodied this principle, dedicating his life to uniting the fractured Muslim territories. The Crusader states had long been a thorn in the side of the Muslim world. They occupied Jerusalem, one of Islam's holiest cities, and had committed countless atrocities. Salahuddin knew that reclaiming Jerusalem was not just a political necessity, but a religious duty. His mission was not fueled by hatred, but by a deep sense of justice. He called upon Muslims from across the region, uniting Arabs, Kurds, Turks, and others under one banner. His unwavering faith inspired his followers. Salahuddin believed that victory was a decree from Allah, but effort and preparation were essential. In 1187 century, Salahuddin faced the combined might of the Crusaders at the Battle of Hattin. This was no ordinary battle. It was a clash that would determine the fate of Jerusalem. Salahuddin used his tactical brilliance to lure the Crusaders into a devastating trap. His army cut off their access to water, weakening them with thirst and exhaustion. When the final clash came, Salahuddin's forces emerged victorious. This was a moment of immense significance. The Crusader army was decimated, and the road to Jerusalem lay open. It was said, "True bravery is not in defeating the weak, but in defeating the mighty with wisdom and patience." Later that same year, Salahuddin marched to Jerusalem. Unlike the Crusaders, who had massacred its inhabitants nearly a century earlier, Salahuddin's conquest was marked by mercy and restraint. He ensured that civilians, regardless of their religion, were spared. Christian holy sites were protected, and those who could not afford to leave were allowed to stay. This act of kindness earned him respect even from his enemies. The Latin chronicler Ernuel wrote, "He was a prince of great wisdom, good faith, and truth." Salahuddin's actions in Jerusalem exemplified the Islamic principle of justice and mercy, proving that true strength lies in compassion. Salahuddin's faith was the cornerstone of his leadership. He believed deeply in the teachings of Islam and embodied them in every aspect of his life. He prayed regularly, fasted, and gave generously to the poor. Even in the midst of war, he remained humble. Salahuddin once remarked, "We are all servants of Allah, and our duty is to uphold His will, not our own desires." His humility was matched only by his generosity. When he passed away in 1193 CE, it was said that he left behind no wealth, only a legacy of justice, bravery, and faith. Salahuddin Ayyubi was more than a warrior. He was a hero who embodied the best qualities of humanity. He fought for justice, led with wisdom, and ruled with compassion. His life serves as a reminder that greatness is not measured by power or wealth, but by the strength of one's character and faith. As we reflect on his story, let us remember his example and strive to be leaders of integrity in our own lives. If you found this story inspiring, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales of courage and wisdom from history. Let us know in the comments which historical figure you'd like us to cover next. Until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.